Hello, welcome back. Now, we will look at Chapter 28. There are two verb expression in ing functioning. First, verb expressions in ing functioning as noun phrases. For example, traveling is fun. Second, verb expressions in ing functioning as subordinate clauses. For example, sitting in a chair, he watched TV. You can notice the use of an ing form of a verb in subject position. Previous pattern, see Lesson 14a3. Examples: it is fun to travel. To travel is fun. New pattern. Examples: traveling is fun. Verb expressions in ing can function as noun phrases. It is important to note that both to travel in B and traveling in C are examples of nominalizations. Patterns A and C are both very common and useful. Pattern B, however, is introduced mainly to make the meaning of C clear. Exercise 1. Change the statements from pattern A to pattern C. Example 1. It is necessary to practice every day. Practicing every day is necessary. Example 2. It makes Jim tired to run. Running makes Jim tired. Now, pause your video and do the following exercise. Exercise 2. Combine the statements to form a generalization. Bill teaches English. It is hard work. Teaching English is hard work. Ted writes short stories. It requires great talent. Writing short stories requires great talent. Now, pause your video and do the following exercise. You can notice that the use of an ing verb phrase is to modify a noun. Previous pattern. John was sitting in a chair. He watched television. New pattern. Sitting in a chair, he watched television. The meaning of sentence B is the same as sentence A. The subject of the ing verb phrase is the same as the subject of the main clause, John. You should note that the new pattern is more frequent in writing than in speaking. Exercise 3. Combine the two sentences to form one with an ing verb phrase at the beginning. John walked to town. John saw an interesting sight. Walking to town, John saw an interesting sight. John washed his hands. John noticed a cut on his finger. Washing his hands, John noticed a cut on his finger. Mary is intelligent. Mary learned geometry quickly. Being intelligent, Mary learned geometry quickly. Now, pause your video and do the following exercise. In the new pattern above, the action described in the ing verb phrase takes place at the same time as the action of the main clause. The use of having plus past participle in the first clause indicates that the action described in this clause precedes the action in the main clause. For examples, having written a letter, Mary went to the movies. Having read the newspaper, we watched TV. Having finished the course, Anne will drive to California. Exercise 4. Combine the two sentences to form one sentence with having plus past participle at the beginning. I provide you examples. He saw the police. Then he became worried. Having seen the police, he became worried. Paul forgot his notebook. Now he is unhappy. Having forgotten his notebook, Paul is unhappy. He is looking at her picture. Later he will feel sad. Having looked at her picture, he will feel sad. He was nominated. Then he began a campaign. Having been nominated, he began a campaign. Now, it is your turn. You can pause the video and do the following exercise. Exercise 5, Review of 27, C, and 28, B. Combine the statements. I saw him. He was going to lunch. I saw him going to lunch. I was going to lunch. I saw him. Going to lunch. I saw him. I saw him. Then I went to lunch. Having seen him, I went to lunch. Okay, now, pause your video and do the exercise. This is the end of lesson 28. Well done, students. See you again. Bye.